Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting course highlight. I'm Katie Packabeer, and I'm going to be taking you through the exciting world of forensic science, which is a course that we offer here at Keystone. So some of the units, it's a single semester online for the forensic science course. There are 6 units plus a final semester project and test. So you'll go through some of the units that will be included in this class: scientific principles of crime investigation, evidence, trace evidence 1 and 2, forensics of certain crimes, so specific crimes such as arson, and then there's a forensic science project, and then that final semester test right at the end. So this is just in one single semester, and it's really fascinating if you're like me and like crime dramas on TV, and when you see them in the lab doing all of their analytical work to try to catch the criminal, this class goes right into that. So if you like that as well, this would definitely scratch that itch. So I'm going to take you through one of the virtual labs in this course. Since this is kind of an investigative course, they'll present certain scenarios or situations where you will get to solve kind of the crime, so to speak. So in this particular virtual lab, you'll be solving an arson, which is a case of somebody setting fire to something. So here is the kind of the background story of this particular case. Let me move my bubble there. So firefighters responded to a fire in a furniture refinishing store in a strip mall. After the fire was contained and extinguished, the fire marshal allowed investigators inside. 2 bodies were discovered, a female in the front showroom and a male in the central office. The bodies were identified as Samuel Brown, one of the shop's owners, and his wife, Marie. The bodies were sent to the medical examiner's office for autopsy. Investigators photographed the scene and sampled many areas of the office, chemical storage cabinets, and showroom. They interviewed and took statements from James and Robert Brown, the other 2 owners of the shop. Investigators also took swabs from the hands of James and Robert Brown. As the fire and arson investigator, you have been asked to analyze the evidence in this case. The following information has been sent to you, which you can find in the evidence pack: crime scene notes, crime scene photographs, and notes from the medical examiner. So this already sounds like an episode of CSI, and you get to step in and do the analysis based on all of the data information. And we'll take a look here at what the course looks like. So this is the homepage for forensic science. The particular lab we're going to look at here is in Unit 5. And it's the same story I just read you. So you'll have some materials that you would download. This would be the crime scene notes, the photographs, all of that stuff is all files that you would download and open to do this lab. But then here we have the virtual lab, which has you comparing samples to figure out, what materials were present at the crime scene. So we have the unknown sample 1 on the left side here. That's what was collected at the crime scene. We don't know what that is. And you've got your objectives here, and your materials, if you needed them, again, are all right in the same place. And then you're comparing the unknown samples to the known samples. So we know that this is what the graph for Acme lacquer thinner, would look like. And as you can see, these 2 samples are very similar. The unknown sample looks pretty much just like the Acme lacquer thinner. I can't say that. That's very difficult. And so we could say with a reasonable assumption that this unknown sample 1 is probably Acme lacquer thinner. So this is number 1. So then we would move on to number 2. Okay, and we see the graph for this. And then we would move to, there's also woodcraft lacquer thinner, mineral spirits, turpentine. So there's a couple of known fire hazard type of materials, stuff that can start fires. And so by comparing the samples we collected at the crime scene to some things that we know, we can figure out what was used at the crime scene. So you get to put on your investigative hat a little bit and do this lab, which is really fun. So this unknown sample, it looked There was one here that looked pretty similar. There it is, mineral spirits. So that would be number 3. And you'd have to go through and do all 11 of the samples collected at the crime scene. So this is just an example of a virtual lab that you would get to do in this class, which is tons of fun, it looks like. So I would take this class if I could, I would take this class because I love crime scene shows and dramas. But yes, there you have it. So that is our forensic science course. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out by phone or by email, and hope to see you again soon. Bye.